Hey guys, Stitcher Proxy here. If you guys notice, I'm doing another Creepypasta reading, or not reading, but review. It's from Creepypasta Jr. You notice I'm doing this guy a lot now because he's really awesome. But also, guys, this is a Pokemon, and I love Pokemon. If you guys do not know, I love Pokemon more than most other things. My favorite card game is Yu-Gi-Oh, but I grew up playing the Pokemon games a shit ton. My favorite Pokemon of all time has to go to Houndoom or Luxray, are my favorites. But, get off topic, this is Pokemon Creepy Black Creepypasta from Mr. Creepypasta Jr. If you guys don't know from the last video or any of my Creepypasta reviews, you know I do not talk for the whole thing. But, I hope you guys enjoy this. Please hit the like button, subscribe, and go hit up Creepypasta Jr. Saying this in the start of the video for some reason, but hope you guys enjoyed it. Actually, there's a reason why I don't do creepypasta reads myself, is I can't fully read myself. I have reading this problems, and it's hard for me to read a lot of words that these guys actually say that would confuse me. And I would stutter a lot of the times when I read it, and I would have to re-record like 5 times to 7 times to get it right. Telling the truth, that's the real reason why I can't do the readings, because it's really hard for me. And I don't want you guys to basically deal with my stuttering when I start reading, because it would take me a long time to read it. Telling the truth.
I'm what you could call a collector of bootleg Pokemon games. Pokemon Diamond and Jade, Chaos Black, etc. It's amazing the frequency with which you can find them at pawn shops, Goodwill, flea markets, and such. They're generally fun, even if they are unplayable, which they often are. The mistranslations and poor quality make them unintentionally humorous. I've been able to find most of the ones that I've played online, but there's one that I haven't seen any mention of. I bought it at a flea market about 5 years ago. Unfortunately, when I moved 2 years ago, I lost the game. The game started with the familiar Nidorino and Gengar intro of the red and blue version. However, the press start screen had been altered. Red was there, but the Pokemon did not cycle through. It also said Black version underneath the Pokemon logo. Upon selecting New Game, the game started with the Professor Oak speech, and it quickly became evident that the game was essentially Pokemon Red. After selecting your starter, if you looked at your Pokemon, you had, in addition to Bulbasaur, Charmander, or Squirtle, another Pokemon, Ghost. The Pokemon was level 1. It had the sprite of the ghosts that are encountered in Lavender Town before obtaining the Sylph Scope. It had only one attack: Curse. I know that there is a real move named Curse, but the attack did not exist in Generation 1, so it appeared to be hacked in. Defending Pokemon were unable to attack Ghost. It would only say that they were too scared to move. When the move Curse was used in battle, the screen would cut to black. The cry of the defending Pokemon could be heard, but it was distorted, played at a much lower pitch than normal. The battle screen would then reappear, and the defending Pokemon would be gone. If used in a battle against a trainer, when the Pokeballs representing their Pokemon would appear in the corner, they would have one fewer Pokeball. The implication was that the Pokemon died. What's even stranger is that after defeating a trainer and seeing Red received $200 for winning, the battle commands would appear again. If you selected Run, the battle would end as it normally does. But you also could select Curse. If you did, upon returning to the overworld, the trainer's sprite would be gone. After leaving and re-entering the area, the spot where the trainer had been would be replaced with a tombstone, like the ones at the Lavender Tower. The move Curse was not usable in all instances. It would fail against ghost Pokemon. It would also fail if it was used against trainers that you would have to face again, such as your rival or Giovanni. It was usable in your final battle against them, however. I figured this was the gimmick of the game, allowing you to use the previously uncapturable ghosts, and because Curse made the game so easy, I essentially used it throughout the whole adventure. The game changed quite a bit after defeating the Elite Four. After viewing the Hall of Fame, which consisted of Ghost and a couple other very underleveled Pokemon, the screen cut to black. A box appeared with the words, "Many years later." It then cut to Lavender Tower. An old man was standing, looking at the tombstones. You then realize that this man was your character. The man only moved at half of your normal walking speed. You no longer had any Pokemon with you, not even Ghost, who up to this point had been impossible to remove from your party through depositing in the PC. The overworld was entirely empty. There were no people at all. There were still the tombstones of the trainers that you used Curse on, however. You could go pretty much anywhere in the overworld at this point, though your movement was limited by the fact that you had no Pokemon to use HMs. And regardless of where you went, the music of Lavender Town continued on an infinite loop. After wandering for a while, I found that if you go through Diglett's cave, one of the cuttable bushes that normally block the path on the other side is no longer there, allowing you to advance and return to Pallet Town. Upon entering your house and going to the exact tile where you start the game, the screen would cut to black. Then a sprite of a Caterpie appeared. It was replaced by a Weedle, and then a Pidgey. I soon realized, as the Pokemon progressed from Rattata to Blastoise, that these were all the Pokemon that I had used Curse on. After the end of my rival's team, a youngster appeared, and then a bug catcher. These were the trainers I had cursed. Throughout the sequence, the Lavender Town music was playing, but it was slowly decreasing in pitch. By the time your rival appeared on screen, it was little more than a demonic rumble. Another cut to black. A few minutes later, the battle screen suddenly appeared. Your trainer's sprite was now that of an old man, the same one as the one who teaches you how to catch Pokemon in Viridian City. Ghost appeared on the other side, along with the words, "Ghost wants to battle." You couldn't use items, and you had no Pokemon. If you tried to run, you couldn't escape. The only option was fight. Using fight would immediately cause you to use struggle, which didn't affect Ghost but did chip off a bit of your own HP. When it was Ghost's turn to attack, it would simply say, ... Eventually, when your HP reached a critical point, Ghost would finally use Curse. The screen cut to black a final time. Regardless of the buttons you pressed, you were permanently stuck in this black screen. At this point, the only thing you could do was turn off the Game Boy. When you played again, New Game was the only option. The game had erased the file. I played through this hacked game many times, and every time the game ended with this sequence. Several times I didn't use Ghost at all, though he was impossible to remove from the party. In these cases, it did not show any Pokemon or trainers and simply cut to the climactic battle with Ghost. I'm not sure what the motives were behind the creator of this hack. It wasn't widely distributed, so it was presumably not for monetary gain. It was very well done for a bootleg, too. It seems that the creator was trying to convey a message, Though it seems I am the sole receiver of this message, I'm not entirely sure what it was. The inevitability of death? The pointlessness of it? Perhaps he was trying to morbidly interject death and darkness into a children's game. Regardless, this children's game has made me think, and it has made me afraid.
Alrighty, guys. That actually gave me chills a lot down my spine and leg. Kind of made me jump. See, I've heard of Ghost. I've heard of this little creepypasta story before, but I never actually, I've heard the name of the character. I've seen pictures of it, but I never actually knew what it meant. See, that's something I now figured out. See, I'm a big Pokemon fan, so now this is kind of making me paranoid and all that. I would actually, if I was in the same situation as him, after I realized at the end of the thing I just killed all of these Pokemon, I would probably go into a ball if I'm my younger age, like my 10 to 12-year-old self, or even now. I would probably go into a ball and cry, knowing I killed so many Pokemon and people. And I just, in the back of my mind, I would be like, I would legit not understand why would someone like to torture people like this? Because a lot of people play Pokemon. A lot of people do. It's a good example, Pokemon Go. I hate that game. Sorry for that when I say that out loud. But a lot of people play the regular Pokemon games, so they know how that feels when you're a fan of Pokemon. Sometimes I actually think when you're a fan of Pokemon, you actually they might die, they might not. But this actually makes it more worse because when the Pokemon is gone, like if you're playing with like a person with 6 Pokemon, you curse them, their Pokeball is gone off their screen. That means they're gone, dead. That would make me cry, knowing that my enemy had a say this was around the time when Houndoom or Luxray was out, and I cursed at Houndoom or Luxray, I would know I killed my favorite Pokemon in front of my eyes. That would make me cry and legit hate my life. But to all you guys that do know how much I do love these stories, it really hit me in the heart knowing that it's Pokemon and how this story was. It actually would really terrify me and make me question a lot of Pokemon games I pick up for then on. But I still play Pokemon, so I won't question it anymore. But if I did play that, I probably would question a lot of other Pokemon game I play. I still would play them, but I would just feel sad more when I feign a Pokemon then. Alrighty, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll leave a link down below to Mr. Creepypasta. But to all you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I am starting to get back into the flow of doing this stuff again. It's just I've been busy with work and it's a pain in the ass and all that. But I'm trying to get back in the flow of doing all my usual shit. And I'm sorry if it's been I take days and weeks because I work nights, so I don't get home until like 1 a.m. to almost 12 a.m. Sorry for that, guys. I really am. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll leave a link down below both to Creepypasta Jr. and the video link. But I hope you guys enjoyed Guelph coming into the Proxy Asylum. I'm gonna keep that. I like that name. And I hope you guys will return to the Proxy Asylum because all you guys are always welcome. Because we're always the because the Proxy Asylum allows all monsters and freaks alike. Because you know you're truly wanted here. See you guys next time.